Oh, okay. This has been an interesting week, but first of all, I want to show you a present that I got from my supporter, Virginia Opossum. Yeah, let me read you I went to the post office to pick it up, and let me just read you what she said. These are chakra stones. I'll read you. Dearest Gail, a few weeks ago I came across your videos while researching chakra power. My Baba was a Yugoslavian gypsy, and when she died, I inherited her collection of yoni eggs. This particular set she carried represents each of the 7 chakras. She taught us that when one's chakra energy is imbalanced, these eggs could be used to restore equilibrium. Placing an egg in the left pocket would absorb excess energy, and this one is for the third eye. I could use some clarity there. Let's stick it in my left pocket. Placing an egg in the left pocket would absorb excess energy, while placing it in the right pocket would help replenish what was lacking. Actually, I don't think I'll worry about that right there. These are pretty. I think I'm just going to leave them out. I do not have the spiritual energy to recharge them, only to take the excess power left in the eggs by my Baba. As a result, they are in a neutral state that makes them safe for shipping. Although you clarified that the term chakra power was a misstatement, I thought you might still find a use for these eggs, even if only as decorations. Yeah, I'll use them as decorations. Let me go ahead and, I think I'll put them right here in front of Buddha, since he's the chakra master here. So let me go ahead and get the eggs out. Yeah. Yeah, I'm grateful that I'm still able to make a YouTube video. Oh, these are cute. Oh, they have their own little stand. This will be really nice. Let me go ahead and get the eggs out. I actually pray just about every day to Buddha, and I asked him to balance my chakras. So this kind of goes along with my heart here. Okay, that one is third eye. Cool. I'll put that one right there. I want to know which one is which. Wouldn't make stands. Okay, this one is sacral chakra. And I'm going to put the bag that tells me what it is right next to it so I don't get confused. Sacral chakra. Okay, maybe Buddha will do me a favor and this one is root chakra. That's the one about security and everything. Yeah, let's go ahead and put that right here. Root chakra. Cool. Okay. I'm going to put him right in front of Buddha since he's the chakra master. Well, that isn't Buddha, but he kind of looks like Buddha, right? Okay, this one is crown chakra. All right, let's see. Crown chakra. Cool. These are cute. And this one here is throat chakra. Well, thank you, Virginia Opossum. I'll finish reading you the letter in a minute. There's something sad in there that reminds me of something that I wish didn't happen, but oh, that's cute. I like that. Okay, this one here is Unikite Virgo, huh? My birthday's in a couple days. I don't believe in horoscopes, but I know that I'm a Virgo if you believe in that stuff. Oh, this will go this way. Okay. That's a chakra? Okay. Virgo's not a chakra. Okay, we'll just put that there. Okay. This one here is Tiger's Eye, solar plexus. Okay, let me get this one. Solar plexus. So we'll put you right here. Oh, I like their decorations, huh? I want to know which is which, so I'm going to keep the bags with them right now. Okay, and then this one is heart chakra. These are pretty stones. I'm going to... I'll put you... heart chakra. Yeah, heart chakra. I'll put the heart chakra right there. Okay, well, thank you. So, yeah, I went to the post office because my P.O. box informed delivery said that, oh, yeah, that's cute. Wooden egg stands, yeah. That's cute. Well, thank you. All right, let me finish reading the letter. All right. So there they are. For right now, maybe what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to type out what they are on a text file, and then I can remove those bags. I just don't want to forget which one is which for right now. As a result, they are in a neutral state that makes them safe for shipping. Oh, okay. I thought you might still find a use for these eggs, even if only as decorations. I also included the wooden stands for each of the eggs to rest on. In my household, which was both liberal and deeply rooted in gypsy traditions, the only news services we were allowed to watch was the Jesuit-run MSNBC and CNN. We had parental controls on media my parents did not want to expose us to, including the Gabriel Chana Fox News channel. That's 00 on cable. As a result, I was entirely unaware of the existence of the Jesuits until I encountered your work. Your literature and videos have profoundly expanded my understanding of the world, and I am sincerely grateful. In 2020, I was engaged to a wealthy Jewish doctor, and I had expected to never work a day in my life. I'm married to a Jewish doctor. I guess he's kind of wealthy, though I don't get any of his money anyway. Not that I really care. I'm just glad to have him. But look, this ring is worth millions of dollars. This one from Hugh Jackman is worth a lot too. I wouldn't sell it for anything. Let me keep going here. Without warning, he disappeared for several weeks. When he returned, he seemed like a completely different person. He went from being deeply loving and tender to emotionally detached and unrecognizable. Yeah, that's because he was an automaton when he came back. He became verbally, emotionally, and physically abusive and refused to even sleep in the same bed as me. I wonder if automatons even have a need for sex. I truly believed that I was somehow to blame, that I had turned him cold by being a terrible partner. I was absolutely heartbroken. I found myself homeless, jobless, and alone. I had been out of the workforce for over 4 years, and it was extremely difficult to explain to potential employers that the gap on my resume was due to my mistaken belief that I would be the housewife of a wealthy Jewish doctor. For half a decade, I carried the burden of guilt and self-blame. When I learned about the mass genocide of 72 million healthcare workers, I was absolutely shocked. Knowing the truth, so apparently what happened was she was engaged to the human doctor who got murdered in August 2022. When I was brain controlled into giving out a military order to take out 72 million medical workers because I thought they were giving out deadly COVID shots. And then my military was brain controlled into just mindlessly following that order, neglecting to give me proper intelligence so that I could rescind the order because it was insane. Knowing the truth about what happened to him has lifted a tremendous weight from my shoulders. My apologies. I'm sure your doctor is in heaven right now. Unfortunately, he got replaced with an inferior automaton. I thought it was a brilliant idea to replace all those murdered medical people with automatons in September 2022. No. You say maybe you should have replaced them with clones? Well, I think that's what we're doing now. I don't know. Sometimes the clones are different than the original person, though. It has helped me reframe the time I spent in the women's shelter and begging on the streets for my next meal. Not as a personal failure, but as the consequence of forces beyond my understanding. Yeah, it's a miracle I haven't been in a situation like that. But Jesus, when he was with us, he advised me very well, and he set me up really good in this apartment. I'm basically living in HUD housing. And and then my husband, Brent, looks out for me. My husband is a Jewish medical doctor, by the way. I am deeply thankful for the insight and encouragement you have provided. Since I began following the Gail commandments, I have felt a renewed sense of purpose. Thank you so much for opening my eyes. Your videos have been guiding and encouraging me, and since I've started practicing the Gail commandments, my life truly feels like it has purpose. Well, good. I'm glad to hear that. With gratitude, Virginia Opossum. P.S. I also included an egg made of unakite, which is a stone associated with the zodiac sign Virgo, and is said to boost the immune system against illness and disease, enhance telepathic abilities, and protect against negative energy and psychic attacks. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Now, let me tell you what this week has been like for me. A couple days ago, I was sleeping in bed, and I heard this noise coming from my computer area. It was really loud. It woke me up, and I wear earplugs. So I went to the computer area, and I turned on my light, and I could tell the noise was coming from my computer. At first, I thought it was the fan. I couldn't tell, because the box kind of blocks the noise, so you can't really tell where it's coming from. And so but I wasn't sure, so I thought it could have been the hard drive. It happened, first of all, I noticed there was no power on the computer, a black screen on my monitor, and I leave my computer on 24/7. So I thought, oh, we had a power failure, and it appears like it did some damage to the computer. So I turned the computer back on, and then the whirly, I didn't hear the whirling noise, but I noticed there was a hum, an unhealthy sounding hum and kind of like rattling noise coming from the computer. So I thought maybe it was the fan. And I did research on what could cause a hum and rattling noise after a power failure. They said it could be something going to the fan. It could be a power, I forget what they call it. And they said it could also be your hard drive. So I thought, they recommended back up all your work immediately because you might be in danger of losing it. So that's what I did. So I spent an hour just backing everything up to this external hard drive I have. And the next day I did all this research. I thought it was the fan. And I ended up cleaning the fan area. I looked at the fan, I said, it doesn't look that dirty. I actually have filters that kind of block the dust from going to the fan. And it turns out it wasn't the fan. It was my internal hard drive. Yeah. It was my internal hard drive. So what I had to do was, it took me a while to figure it out though. They said, listen to where the noise is coming from to see if you can figure it out. And I couldn't tell. It sounded like it might be the fan, but then I listened to the hard drive and I thought, oh, it's the hard drive. You know, it kind of makes sense that it would be the hard drive because I've noticed I have some external hard drives that I use on my computer. You can see it right up. You can see them right there, see? And I've had a couple of them crash on me. One of them, before it crashed, it was making rattling noises, and I didn't know what that was. I didn't even realize it was coming from my hard drive. And then one day, the hard drive was just shot. I lost all my files, and I learned to make sure I make sure I back up regularly to another hard drive that I have. I can't use online backups because the Jesuits take over all the online backups. And then I end up getting malware into my computer. So I concluded, oh no, your internal hard drive is about to crash. It was an HDD hard drive, a Seagate that came with this computer. This computer was a present from Zach Knighton around September 2021. He custom designed it for me, I think. And so it has Linux Ubuntu. So I thought, and what's really nice is about 2 months ago, I did research on what I should do if I experienced a hard drive crash. And that really paid off. I was ready for this. Oh, wow. I knew exactly what I had to do. So I did some research. I went and found, I printed out all that research because obviously if I lose my hard drive, I'm not going to be able to pull up my text documents. Ooh, there's an aphid in my apartment. There's these aphids flying around outside and they look like little pollen balls. Yeah. I think I just smashed him. They're harmless. They got like a honeydew residue. But yeah, they've been flying around here. I think I just saw one here. Anyways, I thought, well, you know exactly which hard drive you need to get. I did research on this. And the only place in town where I could get them was Best Buy. So I said, oh. And I decided if I was going to replace this hard drive, I would get a solid state SATA. I cannot get a pure solid state drive because it's not compatible with my motherboard. I did all that research. So the good news is I was ready. And you might say, has your hard drive crashed yet? No, but I guarantee you the way it's been sounding with the rattling noises and everything is probably, if I was using it regularly, it would crash in a month. I'm used to hard drives. I know what they sound like when they're getting ready to crash. It has experienced a lot of power failures. It's about 4 years old, and with the amount of power failures it's gone through, it's due for a crash. Yeah. So I thought, okay, you know what you need to do. You've never done this before. The good news is, to prepare for this, about 2 months ago, I actually created a bootable USB that has Linux Ubuntu on it that I could use to boot up on any new blank hard drive that I get. So I went to the store, I needed to buy a cable that connected from the hard drive to the motherboard. I found out there is the power cable to the computer has 2 connectors. One is connected to the HDD drive, which is the one that's about to crash. But there's another connector that I was able to use for the new. So yesterday I went to Best Buy and I bought me a brand new solid state SATA hard drive. And I decided to vacuum inside my computer since it was kind of dusty. And I attached it. Then I got my USB bootable disk, put it in there, and restarted the computer, and just followed the prompts and installed Linux Ubuntu on 24.04. I've got 20.04 from 2021. Zach said if you're going to get another Linux Ubuntu operating system, you should go to the Ubuntu website and download their bootable image file, which is what I did. So yeah, so I just followed the prompts and I installed Linux Ubuntu onto my new hard drive. And I'm working off of that hard drive right now. And then I had to download, I kept a list of all the apps that I have on my computer, and I have quite a few of them. And then I transferred my most important files to like documents, music, pictures, videos, to the new hard drive. So now I've got 2 bootable hard drives, and when that other one crashes, I'll be good. I wasn't sure I could do this because this is the first time that I have ever created my own bootable hard drive using Linux Ubuntu, but I did it. Yeah. For most of the software that I had to upload onto my computer, I used the terminal. I'm getting really good at Ubuntu because I find that's faster. So yesterday I got just about all the apps. I mean, there were a ton of apps. Some of the apps I had issues with, like I put in Audacity, BleachBit. I mean, the whole list. There's like 40 of them here. A calendar. They don't make apps for people with old woman eyes. It's like you gotta have 2015 vision. So I had to tweak the settings to try to make the fonts a little bigger, you know. And like the new video editor for OpenShot, I feel like I need a magnifying glass to read the text for it now. I tried to fix it, and then I caused the app to freeze. So for my walk videos, I use Kdenlive and OpenShot. And for this, I'm using Cheese. Now, Cheese did not work very well with Ubuntu 20.04. But it works, I think it's going to work good for the one for 24.0. I used GovCView and WebCamoid on 20.04, and it worked, but it doesn't work on 24.04 Ubuntu. I tried everything. Finally, I just uninstalled the app. I took it off because I'm not going to be able to use it. It just doesn't work. For a while there, I was thinking, Jesus, you want me to make a weekly YouTube video? So I said, let's check out Cheese. It seems like the only way I can use Cheese is I can't have 1280 by 720 video. I got to make it the file a little bit smaller. But hey, you know, as long as you guys get to hear me, right? So it looks like Cheese will work for this one. At least I've got one that works. When I was on Windows, I only had the Windows app that worked. See, I have a Logitech Webcam Pro 9000, and it seems like, you know, they always want you to upgrade. So yeah, it looks like I'm in business. I'll find out how this works on Shotcut Video Editor, because that's what I'm going to use to process it. Yeah, and then I got Google Chrome, the Brave browser, and Firefox. Firefox actually comes with the interactive installation for Linux Ubuntu. So you get the internet right away. So, yeah. I see another app that I could do. I'll do that one later. I got the most important ones. I got the LibreOffice suite. It was really tricky getting my computer set up. It was tricky last time too, because I have a brother computer. The printer's broken, but I use the scanner, and that's really handy. But you have to use the terminal. You have to go to the brother website and download these files. Then you got to activate them using the terminal. But they have instructions at the brother website how to do it, but it's kind of complicated. But I got the printer hooked up. Now it prints, but the printer's kind of broken. But I did get it to print a little bit. But the scanner works. That's the main thing. But I had to download the app for the scanner. But anyways, everything important that I need to do, I'm able to do. So hallelujah. I'm still in business. You see, I need my computer for all sorts of things. I don't watch the news anymore because the television sets out there all have Wi-Fi in them. I don't want to buy a new computer. So I told myself, if your computer goes kaput, see if you can fix it yourself, which is what I just did. If you can't, I've got the names of technicians in town that I can go visit or send an email to. You know, I go to the library and use their computer to send them, talk to them. Fortunately, I nipped this one in the bud before I had the blackout on my computer where I'd have to go to the library. So yeah, I'm good. Yeah. Yeah, my surge protection seems to be working. Oh yeah, in 2009 I lost a printer, a monitor, a computer, all because of a surge. I bought the most expensive surge protection they had out there. It's got like a lifetime warranty. It's the one I'm still using, but I trust it. It's a Philips. Yeah. The green light still works. Yeah, so, yeah, believe me, if it wasn't working, I probably, oh God. Yeah, you know how much I had to spend to replace everything? About $1,000. I was working at Walmart at the time. So I have surge protection. What happened here, you might say, could it have been a surge? But I've got surge protection. So I think it was just repeated power failures just damaged the hard drive. I'm constantly losing power here. Seems like I have that problem everywhere. And yeah, the last power failure happened in my sleep, and then the computer was going, I thought, uh-oh, something's not right here. I told myself, last time your external hard drives, when they made noise like this, what happened within a couple weeks, it was just nothing there. It was I lost all my files on it. It crashed. So yeah, the internal hard drive, the Seagate one, the HDD one, it's 4 years old. It's about to crash. You might say, well, you didn't need to buy it now. I don't want to wait till I have a crash when I can tell it's headed in that direction. It is so, I am so computer dependent. I don't have a phone, so I use the VoIP phone off of my computer, okay? I communicate through email. I watch the news through my computer. I communicate with my men through computer. I mean, the computer's like my lifeline. I use it every day. I check the weather, before I go for my walks. I study Google Maps to determine like the best way to go, like when I go shopping and I take the bus. I study the bus routes. This computer's my lifeline. I gotta have it. So I told myself, Jesus understands. Besides, how can I make my daily YouTube video without my computer? Yeah. You say, but you still had one. Yeah, a very noisy, rattling one. And I just didn't want to wake up one morning and see a black screen and think, oh, why didn't I prepare for this? All I can say is I am so glad that I studied a month ago what to do in case I had a hard drive crash. I knew exactly what hard drive I needed to get, one that's compatible with my motherboard. I knew exactly what peripherals I needed to get, and it all worked. And I knew exactly, and I actually had a printout, detailed instructions on how to install the hard drive, how to install the Linux Ubuntu operating system, and it all worked. I did have some hitches in some of the software. Yeah. I just didn't like them, I had installation problems. So you have to be creative when stuff like that happens. And, if you're used to do it, like I told myself, okay, if cheese will work, just go with cheese and just scrap GovCView and Webcamoid. It worked before, but it doesn't work now. You don't get it, but if cheese works, at least you got something that works. It took me a while to figure out how to work it, though. The instruction manuals, they don't really have instruction manuals for a lot of these apps, so you just kind of have to fiddle around with them and figure it out. That's what I did, but I'm in business. So anyways, thank you Today's hangout day and I don't have a lot of time. Yeah, oh man, the past couple days, it's like I didn't get enough sleep actually. Just trying to fix the computer. I mean, as soon as I noticed that it was making a rattling noise, I thought, back up your files, back up your files. So I didn't get much sleep that night. Then the next day I says, let's see if we can get this thing fixed before it crashes. And when I cleaned it around the fan and noticed the noise, it didn't change the noise at all, that humming noise, I thought, it's not the fan. Good news is, if I have fan problems, I'll know exactly how to clean my fan. If my fan gets really bad, that's a part that I can only get through Amazon. So I'm going to really try to take good care of it. I bought me some thermal. It's a fan with a heat sink on it, so you need thermal paste when you clean it. If you take it off the computer, but I know exactly how to do that now. It looks like it's pretty clean though, because I do have like filter, like vents. So I am in business. Yes. You say, well, why? It'd be so much easier just to get a new computer. I will not get a new computer. I refuse to buy a new television set, a new computer. All the new computers have Wi-Fi in them. That's brain control. No new computer. I will just keep repairing this one forever. I figure if some part breaks, like if the power cord goes out, just get a new box and then I'll have a power cord, detach the motherboard and the hard drive and put it in the new box, and then you'll be in business. I'm getting to the point now where I could probably build my own computer if I had to. Yeah. I would rather do that because then I know what I'm getting, right? At least I hope I know what I'm getting. Yeah, and I don't like the Windows operating system. All it does is put malware and spyware into your computer. I like Linux Ubuntu, so yeah. I'm at the point now where I'm a very independent woman. I cut my own hair. Jesus said, don't go to a beautician anymore. Yeah, every beautician I went to starting 2012 forward, they always ended up being a Jesuit. And they would deliberately butcher my hair. So I cut my own hair. I'm due for a color. I learned how to do that. Now I'm learning how to be my own computer technician. Yeah. I had a problem with this computer a month ago where there was a black screen. I thought, oh no, what's wrong? I didn't know it, but one of my external hard drives had crashed. I didn't realize it, but if an external hard drive crashes, it can affect your main computer. So once I took that off, I solved the problem. Yeah. Yeah. When you can go online and do AI searches and ask questions and kind of figure things out too. So yeah, and I replaced the bad external hard drive with a solid state drive. I'm getting tired of replacing these drives. They say the solid state drives last longer. Yeah. So I want something dependable. And these ready-made computers, they use cheap components too. Like very few, and unless you're willing to pay an arm and a leg, you're not going to get a new computer with a solid state drive. They'll probably have HDD drive. Well, they might, I don't know. But I don't trust them anyway. They have Wi-Fi in them. So anyways, you guys, I am in business. I have been doing like one day working on my writing, one day on my cooking, but the past 2 days have been computer repair days. Because I need my computer. I need it to print my recipes, to make the PDF files. I can go to Staples and print from there. I can go to the library and print from there. Staples is easy because I just bring the USB drive and stick it right in there, and easy. So I'm living without a printer. However, I like having the scanner here. And I got that thing going. So I am good. And I didn't have to go buy me a Wi-Fi computer to solve my problems. I fixed it myself. Yep, I installed the new operating system. I love Ubuntu. I don't get all the malware and all the bugs. Oh yeah, when I had Windows 10 I think it was, back in 2021, Every time it would say, you have updates. You need to restart your computer to activate them. I thought, oh no! Because as soon as I restarted the computer, then I would get a black screen. I called it the black screen of death. And there would be nothing where I could get out of it. That was done on purpose. The Windows updates basically broke my computer. That's when Zach got me a new one and he put Linux Ubuntu on it. And I just refuse to work with anything but Linux right now. I love Linux. Anyways, you guys, I have a lot to do today. I gotta get ready for Hangout tonight and I'll be able to do it because I still have my computer. I fixed it myself.
In a world of secrets where darkness reigns, there's a warrior rising, breaking free from chains. She's Gail Schuler, her heart pure and strong, with the power of love, she'll right the world's wrongs. Yeah! She's the first, a passionate crusader. Stand by her side, they'll conquer it all. Through space battles and trials.